Hi everybody, my name is Wasim Al Saadi. This video is about my idea, about my company. So in this video I will talking briefly about my company, then explain my idea. My idea will be about work system in my company. I'm doing a Master Engineering Management program, University of Detroit Mercy, and this class is a 5080 Innovation and Summer Term 2016. I work at Autoport Michigan Limited. This is some information about my company. My company providing vehicle processing, vehicle inventory, management vehicle, distribution and warehousing. Autoport handles more than 2.3 million import and domestic vehicle annually. There are 16 processing and distribution facilities across Canada and the USA. This is the website, and the industry is automotive, and the foundation was in 1971. And Autoport doing job for Ford Motor Company F-150 truck plant, Dearborn, Michigan. There is some information about work system in Autoport. Autoport receive all the F-150 trucks from Ford Motor Company and distribute the trucks to different shipping yards. Each yard goes to different place. Some goes to overseas, Canada, Mexico, Middle East, and other place. The process of transportation the F-150 trucks from receiving yard inside the Ford plant to the shipping yard. So there is two main type of yard. There is only one yard for receiving production from F-150 plant, from inside the plant to receiving yard. Autoport responsibility is to move this new production, this new trucks from receiving yard to 5 different yards for shipping yard to dealership. So this is the last step for production. This is the last line for production inside the plant. We take this unit, this is for 2015, this unit to shipping yard. Autoport transport about 800 vehicles a day, 8 shift, and there are 2 shifts, so it will be total 1600 a day. This is for normal production, but sometimes there is a high production, there is a busy day, especially when changing the model. So sometimes will be about 2000 vehicle transport a day. There is 3 ways for transporting the vehicles to their ship, either by train or convoy or loading in long truck. So this picture shows the way by train, and this picture shows by this convoy, and this is shipping by long vehicle. Actually, there is 2 main departments in company for worker. Either worker who doing loading, it's called loader, train loader. They take unit from yard and loading inside the train. Every trailer of train contain 2 layer, but for this truck, but for small truck like Mustang, there is 2 level, 3 level, sorry. First and second and third, and each level contain about 8 trucks. So for F-150 there is only 2 level, each level take about 8 units, total 16 units. In each shift 5 vans are used to transport workers from shipping yard to the plant to take another run. For example, this is a yard called rail yard. This yard is very close to plant. So the supervisor or the lead hand, because sometimes the van drive by lead hand when is no enough supervisor and shift. take a run from a receiving yard to this shipping yard. There are 5 different yards in each different distance from the plant. There are yards about 0.5 miles, 0.8, and 1 mile, 1.5, and 2 miles away. Since there are different distance from the plant, each yard will take a different time to get to, with the shortest being 6 minutes and longest 20 minutes. This is the receiving yard. So the time for doing a run from receiving yard to this, for example, this shipping yard, is different. It depends on the distance between the shipping yard and receiving yard. 5 vans is too many, and that can be reduced to 1 minibus, which can save worker time and money. My idea is that the van that transport the workers are changed to 1 minibus. That means instead of having 5 little vans that contain about 7 workers average in each, a minibus that contain hold to 30 passengers is used. Having 1 minibus reduces the number of workers needed to drive the vans. Also, the workers will become more serious and care more, because there will be at least one supervisor in the minibus, making sure everything is in order. In the beginning of each shift, 15 to 40 minutes are spent for job assignment to work, which is something that is required by the union. When there is only one bus used, this process does not need to happen. This will also minimize the number of accidents that happen during work, because most of accidents happen by temporary shuttles. And with this idea, there will be no need for a new temporary shuttle to work. Autoport every day use temporary workers to help the hourly. All these temporary shuttles have not enough experience, so most of accidents happen by this new people and company. The fellow, before showing the table, I want to explain this point about pre-shift. Because there is a union for worker in company, we spend this time to ask people where they want to go, because the work is not the same in all yards. So we have to ask by seniority the people where they want to go every day. So we have to spend time between 5 to 40 to finish the job assignment. But if there is only one minibus, we don't need to ask people where they want to go, because all people will do the same work. They will go to all the 5 yards, shipping yard. There is too many usage or too many benefit by this idea. This following table will show the benefit between, or comparison between, the usage of 5 vans and 1 minibus for the work of every 2 hours. Right there, number of total runs. Every 2 hours, if we have 5 vans, we're doing 25 runs. But if we have only one minibus, we will do only 5 runs. And the cost will be different. The cost of running vans for 5 vans, for cost of gas, cost of oil, cost of tires, will be for 5 vans, but if we have only one minivans, we will reduce this cost to cost of one bus only. Number of supervisor or lead hand, because sometimes there is no enough supervisor in each shift. Sometimes there is only one supervisor, he need to stay in the office to do paperwork. Autoport need to let some worker to doing lead hand or to drive the van, lead the van. So if we have 5 vans, we need to ask 5 people. So because there is a union, we have to ask by seniority, because we will pay extra. The people who doing lead hand, they will get an extra payment. So we have to ask by seniority. This will take more time. So we need sometimes 5 workers to lead hand. But in this area, we don't need to ask people to doing lead hand for van, because we have already one supervisor at least. So time spent for job assignment between 15 to 40 minutes. In one minibus, we don't need to spend any time for asking people where they want to go. Temporary shuttle. Sometime or every day, like now, every day we need some new people helping hourly. So we using about 15 new temporary shuttles. But if we have only one minibus, we don't need hourly, just 2 or 5 people only. Wasting time for after break. This happens for every single break. Some people, they took too many extra time. The break, it's 15 minutes. Sometimes they took 17, 20. So for everyone will be total 25 minutes. But if we have only one van, for the time will be for only one bus. Counting number of unit move, we have to counting for 5 times for 5 vans, but in one minibus we need only one time counting the number of unit moved. Shift starting time, we can change the time of starting from 5:30. Right now it's for 5:30 p.m. for night shift, and for day shift it's from 6 a.m. because we will not need for job assignment time. We can change the starting time from 5:30 to 6:15 or 6:30. There is a scanner in each van. Before they moving unit from receiving yard to shipping yard, we need to scan the units. There is a scanner to do this job. Also, this scanner will get an extra payment. So we have again to ask people by seniority, because there is an union who will want to do this job, because they will get extra dollars. So in 5 vans we need 5 scanners to do the scanner for the vans. But if we have only one bus, we don't need to ask people, or we have the scanner can do by supervisor, or we can let we ask one time for people to doing scan. Sometimes the number of vans in Autoport is not enough. Sometimes need repair. So sometime right now we need 3 to sometimes 5 rental vans, but in this area we don't need any rental vans. Finally, reducing the number of vans from 5 to 1 minibus will be very efficient for the company. It will save the time, money, and work. The job assignment is something that will save lots of time for the company, which will help a lot. This will also minimize the number of accidents that happen. The most of accidents happen in autoport caused by the new people, the new shuttling temporary people. So if we can minimize the number of people, new people, we can minimize the number of accidents that happen, that maybe happen. By this idea, we don't need to using 15 new people. We maybe need to use only 2 uh, new people. This is the source. Finally, this is my idea have advantage and disadvantage. So please, if you have any question, if you have anything to improve this idea, just you can ask any question for about this idea. Thank you for everybody. Thank you. Have a good one.